Boker Tov Yeladin.
Shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom there, chicken littles. All right, everybody turn on their cameras. It's camera time. Everybody turn on their cameras now. All righty. Let's start off our day with some prayer, some Shema, and some 10 Commandments. All right, let's start off with Marley's going to pray. Larry's are going to do the Shema. And Puzzle Cube is, no, he did the 10 Commandments. And Riette's going to do the 10 Commandments.
Lord, I thank you that we could be in devotional, that we could have another day of life, and to thank you that we could be able to learn more for Lord. And Lord, please let us be able to finish school early so we can go play outside, Lord, and that we will help other people to know you, O God. Amen.
Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad, Baruch Shekefaro, Baruch Echad, Leolam, Hear Israel, the Lord our God is one God.
Number 1, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Number 2, you shall not make any idols for yourself. Number 3, you shall not carry my name in vain. Number 4, honor the Shabbat. Number 5, honor your mother and father. Number 6, do not kill. Number 7, do not commit adultery. Number 8, do not steal. Number 9, do not lie. Number 10, do not covet.
All right, it's do not murder. Killing is different than murder. All right, everybody gets the big hand. The big hand to everybody. The big, blah, 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 hand. All right. Now we're looking at the end of. We see somebody digging a hole. Digging a hole. All right. Lever Baloney, read verse 6. Read 34:6.
He was buried in the valley across from Beit Peor in the land of Moab. But to this day, no one knows where his grave is. You're muted.
Sorry about that. So let's talk about this for a minute. All right. So Moshe lives 40 years in Pharaoh's court. Then he has that situation with the Egyptian guard, and he kills the guard, and he loses his temper. And then he's got to live 40 years in the desert. Sheep, bah, 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 bah. Then he's going to live 40 years in the desert with all these crazy Jewish people and these Gentiles. Bah, 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 bah. And now he doesn't even get to the promised land. You think that was fair? Let's start out with Marley. Marley, you think that was fair?
Sorry, what?
Were you listening to what I was just saying?
Yes, you were talking about Moses, how he killed, I'm pretty like you said, not a leader, but an Egyptian, and he was sent out in the wilderness for 40 years.
And what about the last part?
I'm pretty sure he was tending sheep.
Okay, then what happened after that? What did he do for the next 40 years? Was he a garbage collector?
No,
Was he an engineer?
no,
Was he a pie maker?
no,
Did he work for Dunkin' Donuts?
no.
What did he do for 40 years?
Well, he was a shepherd.
After the shepherd, Marley.
Mm, I can only remember that he went to take out the Israelites.
Okay. All right, let's go to Victoria. Victoria, do you think it was fair, the question that I asked before Marley wasn't listening?
I think I think that it was because he kind of like disobeyed God because he killed the guard.
Yeah, but
So
after the guard, he was in the desert for 40 years, and then he was leading Israel in the desert for 40 years after that. Do you think it was fair that God didn't let Moses, Moshe, go into the promised land?
I mean, I think it was because like actually um yeah, it was fair because he knew about like he was a leader for the people and he disobeyed him. So like everything that he knew, he kind of just like threw it away by like killing the guards. So then he got his punishment by not going into the promised land and like
Well, Did he know God when he killed the Egyptian guard?
um I think he did. I don't remember.
I mean, he had already gone to the burning bush when he killed the Egyptian guard.
No.
So, did he know God when he killed the guard?
No.
So, you're thinking it's fair that Moshe didn't get to go into the promised land because he killed the guard, but he didn't know God.
Um yeah, I don't think it was fair.
What do you think, Lev? Do you think it was fair that he dies before he gets to the promised land?
Well, I think it was fair because he took God's glory, though.
He took God's glory. He made it. How many times did he do that?
Once he lost his cool.
He lost his cool. He got all hot-headed, right?
He
Did
lost his
you,
temper.
do you ever make mistakes, Lev?
Sometimes,
So do you think you should have to have that same standard as Moshe, not get into the promised land? You think that's fair? I'm just trying to think what you guys think.
I think it was fair for him because if you do something wrong, then like partially, I'm guessing you're not allowed in there in like a holy land. that you're gonna be given.
Okay, so you think it's fair. Okay, so he made a mistake, and you think it's fair that God didn't let him go in. All right, what do you think, Yeshua? What do you think? He's buried in the valley across from Beit Peor, land of Moab. He doesn't get to go into the promised land.
Because he disobeyed.
Don't you disobey every day? Sometimes.
Yes.
You're on the wall at least once or twice a week? Huh?
Yeah.
So should you not be able to go into the promised land because you were on the wall?
Mhsa disobeyed. What he did was wrong. He said he was. God said to Mhsa, "Tell the rock pour us water." But instead, he just stabbed the rock. He hit it twice, and it put out water. But he was angry. The people from Egypt were whining and complaining when they were walking to them. They were complaining for water, water.
Well, you're correct. And Moses had. Did you ever have a real bad day where you made a lot of mistakes one day? You were just in a bad mood, and you made a lot of mistakes one day.
Yes.
So Moshe had one bad day,
Yeah.
one really bad day, and now he's buried in the valley across from Beth Peor in the land of Moab.
But also Joshua lead the way too.
Speak up, please.
Joshua lead the way too when Moshe was not with him.
Well, yeah, you're correct. Joshua leads the way. But I'm asking you, do you think it's fair that Moshe didn't get to go into the promised land? Do you, Yeshua Lara, think it's fair?
It's fair. It is fair because God says.
Okay. You think it's fair? Let's see. Riette. Riette, what do you think? Do you think it's fair?
Yeah, I would think so, cause he kind of lost his temperature, if you know what I mean.
He lost his temper.
Yeah.
Did you ever get spanked or yelled at or anything like that at your house?
Well, it hasn't happened for a while, but
Hasn't happened for a while. But it did happen.
yeah,
At least once.
yeah,
And Marley's throwing you under the bus. Marley, who wasn't listening before.
of course.
So, do you think you should be held to the same standard as Moses?
Well, possibly. I mean, we deserve to go to hell if we do a wrong deed, but I would think that would be better than going to
Get
hell.
closer to the mic.
I think how Moses was treated would be better than going to hell.
Well, he didn't get to go into the promised land. He was 40 years in the desert with the people of Israel, and now he's buried across in the valley of it. You think it was justified that the Lord did that? Now, do you think you should be held to the same standard?
Yeah, I think so. But Yeshua died on the cross for us.
That means you could keep screwing up?
No.
So you think it was okay for Moses not to go into the promised land, but because Yeshua came, it's okay for you to keep making mistakes.
No.
So do you think this is fair?
Well, yeah,
Why?
because any decision God makes is fair.
Well, let's say you're Moses' attorney. Like, the president had all his attorneys, telling the bad Democrats that, the lying Democrats, that the president did nothing wrong. So you're Moses' attorney. What would you say to God?
Well, I probably would ask that he would spare Moses, but well, but whatever. Well, God doesn't make any mistakes.
No, but you're the attorney. You're Ried. You're an older person now. You've gone to college. You decided to go into law. You're standing there and you're Moses' attorney. How are you going to defend him? What are you going to say to God? The guy had one bad day. Bad day. Sometimes when we take tests, the teacher at the end of the semester, the teacher will take out your lowest score and your highest score and then give you the average. So you maybe say, Riet, you're an attorney for Moshe, and you say, that day. So let's throw that day away. You had one great day. Let's throw that day away. Let's take everything in the middle. Come on, Lord, this is fair. Because, what if the Lord were to do that to you, Riet? Number two.
Well, I probably would be very upset and sad, and I would probably regret what I did then. But but God's judgments are fair.
Okay, so you think this is fair.
Yeah,
So you should be held to the same standard, right?
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. You just said you had some couple of bad days where mom has yelled at you. Adrian, 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 Adrian. Do you
Yes?
think this is fair, what God did to Moshe?
Well, I mean, he was the one chosen by him to lead them. And while off anger, he did strike the rock instead of speaking to it. That is the only real sin that they show him doing other than accidentally murdering that guy.
Okay, so do you think it's fair? You're next, Mia.
I mean, it was for his sin. He was simply told that he will not be able to go into the land, the promised land, but he
Yeah,
can see it.
you can see it, but you can't go in. So I'm asking your opinion. Do you think that Jehovah Elohim was just and fair because Moshe had one bad day?
He had one bad day, but it had all accumulated from all the other days. Because the people were whining at such a great degree every single time that he just got tired of it. And he wanted to break something. Kind of like how some people let their anger out.
Yeah, so you can understand Moses getting mad, cumulative, all these people were bugging him all, or whining and complaining, all these Jews, all these Gentiles are whining and complaining. Adrian, haven't you had a real bad day? Like maybe like even a bad week, like really just everything you got arguments with mom and dad all week long. Didn't you ever
Yeah,
have a bad day?
yeah.
Yeah, you've had a bad day. So do you think you should be held to the same standard as Moshe?
I'm really not sure what to
Oh,
answer.
you're really not sure. You're saying no, no, no. I don't want to be held to the same standard as Moshe, because then I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell in a handbag. Oh no, this is terrible. So God was unfair to Moshe, Adrian.
I mean, God isn't unfair. He's a God of truth,
Okay, so you're
one that
saying
makes the
God
right
is
decision.
okay. So your opinion is that God is fair, but you don't want to be held to the same standard as Moshe.
I mean, this was also before Yeshua.
Okay,
So
so what?
that does not mean you can mess up over and over, though.
So you're going to be shown more grace just because Yeshua came. Because Yeshua came and showed you how to live your life, how to live a perfect life as a man, not as a leader, but as a regular person. You can steal, Adrian. You can lie. You can
No,
covet on the computer.
you need to at least make an effort to change.
At
You
least
need
make an effort.
you need to change.
Moses changed. He didn't kill anybody during this whole 40 years of leadership of Israel, did he?
Yeah, but he did disobey God because God ordered him to talk to the rock, not whack
One
it with a
bad
stick.
day. One bad day. Haven't you had a bad day, Adrian?
Yeah, but he disobeyed God. He
Haven't you
never spoke to
disobeyed
him
God?
directly.
Haven't you disobeyed God?
Yeah, I've disobeyed God on a more times than I can count.
Whew! Good thing. So, do you think God is going to be fair to you?
Yeah, he's gonna be fair to me, just like he was to Moses.
But
I know that.
just because you believe in the Messiah, everything's going to be okay because Adrian could just keep screwing up. Has mom yelled at you at all this week?
If I mess up, I can look back at it and figure out a way to prevent that from repeating.
You didn't answer my question. Let me ask Marley. Marley, has mom yelled at Adrian all this week?
Yes.
What's
Yes.
the answer?
Yes. Yes.
Adrian was trying to sidestep the question. Has she yelled at you at all this week, Marley?
Well, not yelled, but told me to do
Yours,
it.
Riyadh's throwing you under the bus.
And me moves.
What about cleaning your
I love you.
Yes, it
You
did.
guys just
This
like.
week.
Shh. So, Marley, was it fair that Moshe didn't get to go into the promised land?
Yes.
It was fair.
Yeah.
So, should God be fair to you? You shouldn't go into the promised land. You dishonored mom this week. She yelled at you. Your sister Riyadh threw you under the bus.
This week, Merlise, not last week.
or was it?
Oh, this week or last week?
Well, I'm pretty sure last week.
Can't hear you.
Pretty sure last week she forgot to clean her room. I remember then she was yelled at, but I
This
don't know
week.
about this week.
So she dishonored mom. And that's one of the top 10 commandments. So do you think this is fair? Married Moses, buried across from the Bet Peor in the land of Moab, but this day no one knows where his grave is. He didn't get to go in after 40 years of dealing with these people. I'll get to you, Mia. I'm trying to see the opinions of others.
It is fair.
So Marley, you're not getting in, right?
Probably.
Well, God is fair and just. Let's see what you kids think. Mia's been waving her fingers. Mia, you're a lawyer for Moshe. Okay. Do you think this is fair? That he doesn't he's buried in the valley across from Bet Peor in the land of Moab. He didn't even get to go. And the 40 years of the day, he's got to be buried there. You see them digging a hole.
Well, I can tell you that if it Now, what would I tell God? I'm not telling God anything. Because he knows what he's doing. I can tell you, was this just or not? This was just because there's things that one thing he did lose his temper, but also in doing that, because people can lose their temper and their emotions can take over them, and they don't
Have you
think
ever
it's
done that? Have you ever done
okay.
that? Have you ever done that? Your emotions take over you, especially now that you're a pseudo woman.
I think so. I did.
Lev, has me ever lost her temper?
Sometimes. Why?
She threw you under the bus.
Because
You're just gonna run over by the. Look, you're losing it right now.
no,
I'm just trying to
I
see your
can't. I
opinion.
can't remember. Okay, but wait. But the thing is that what I mean is that it's just that what happened is that I'm trying to get to a point.
Okay, I'm listening. I won't laugh too much. I'll mute.
So what I'm saying is that yes, it was just, but I won't repeat. It's just because the thing is that yes, that he did do mistakes all the way. He was a decent man, but the thing is, the one difference between each of us and Moses was that Moshe was a leader of over a whole lot of people.
Yeah, but one bad day. You go through school. You didn't sleep well that night, so you do crappy on the test, and you get like an F. And then one day you're studying, you get 100. But at the end, we throw out the highest, and we throw out the lowest, and we take the average. Don't you want God to throw out the highest and the lowest? Okay, so that buried. He doesn't even have to go into the front after 40 years.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that he was a leader, and leaders have a lot on their hands. When people should think before they decide to become a leader. They should think of how much responsibility is going into their hands. Moshe was just picked as a leader because God needed him, and I'm pretty sure God also wanted to show him his mistake in what he did, like and that he was, and maybe it would be, and maybe God was also trying to teach Moshe a lesson when Moshe was picked as the leader, and now in the end, he did mess up because he lost his temper. He got so upset, like he had to. There's times you get so upset you just have to hit something. And Moshe,
But
he
you
was
lost your temper. Lev said
fine. Fine, I lost my temper.
you're losing it right now.
Okay, let me explain.
I'll mute. I'll laugh. I'm muted.
Uh,
You just threw yourself under the bus.
okay, so what? So the thing is that it's just yes, it is. I'm saying that because he lost his. Yes, he did lose his temper. Now let's step away from the temper part. And so what happens is that could the same standard go to us? Well, God knows what he's doing, so just let God to do what he thinks best to us. And I don't think it should to a normal person, no, because they are not a leader. They are just controlling their own lives. But as a leader, leaders they teach people and they have a huge responsibility. And if you do something wrong, the people's lives are in your hands. So if you do something, if a leader does something wrong, then there'll be a consequence because there will be a consequence because the leader dies, goes to heaven, has his or her judgment. God will say, "Why did you do this? Why did you do that?" There's a big penalty to it. But at least Moshe did get to see the land.
Well, there's a consolation. But won't you one day be a leader of your own home? Like you're married, and your husband goes to work and you got 6 kids. Aren't you the leader of those 6 kids while the husband is away? Yeah.
mature, then yeah. But I gotta be careful with my steps.
Okay. Should you be held to the same standard as Moshe then?
If I did something wrong,
Oh, you better watch out when you have those 6 kids because they're going to make you pull your hair out. Because you're going to get married one day and you're going to find a good Hebrew, Messianic, Torah observant man. And your head's going to be covered and you're going to have 5, 6, 7 kids. And, I mean, once you get past 2, you're outnumbered. Okay. Like Lev's going to have 8 kids one day. And Lev's definitely going to lose her temper. Okay. Gonna take the kids out and we're all gonna climb trees. Okay. Now Mia's got 6 kids of her own. She's definitely gonna lose her temper. She's gonna say to Naphtali, stop doing that. Benjamin, stop doing that. Esther, stop doing that. All right. Now we're okay. And just for to keep the Spanish thing going, you're gonna have to name one of your kids Maria. Okay. Maria, stop doing that. Miriam, stop doing that. Miriam, stop doing that. Miriam. Sounds like the Lara house. Adasa, stop doing that. Nana, stop doing that. Okay. So I just wanted to see your opinion. Now, here's another part about this verse. I want to see what your opinion is. He was buried in the valley across from Beit Peor, in the land of Moab. But to this day, no one knows where his grave is. Why don't we know where his grave is? Yeshua's got his hand up. Yeshua, why don't we know where Moshe's grave is?
Moshe and Adam were very close to God, but they made one mistake and they got far away from God. They were going up. They were almost to God and Adam and Moshe. They were almost to God, and then they made one mistake.
Well, we're moved from that topic, Yeshua. Hi, Mr. Pincus.
Mr. Pinky.
The next question was, we're looking. No one knows where Moses' grave is. Why don't we know where Moses' grave is? We know where the patriarch's cave is. You can go visit it in the land of Israel. You know,
He was buried in a cave in a big mountain.
but why don't we know where it is? We know where Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov are buried.
Because they don't say in the Bible.
You had to leave it for Yehoshua.
They hide it. They hide it. God hide it, but nobody knows.
Why? Why do you think he hit him?
Because but nobody sees.
Why?
But he go to heaven.
Well, isn't Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov in heaven? We know where their grave is.
Yeah, they're in heaven.
And we know where their grave is. Why not? All right, let me ask Victoria. Victoria, why don't we know where Moshe's grave is? What do you think?
I think maybe it's because like God didn't want to like show people like who maybe like what he looked like or something.
He's dead. He's not going to look the same when he's
Oh,
dead. Your
yeah.
skin, all that's left is bones now.
Yeah. So maybe
Hey,
it's like
Victoria,
because
this morning, seem a little
yeah.
tired.
No, this is my voice. Maybe it's because like um hmm,
Hmm.
I'm not sure actually.
Well, what do you think? You have any ideas?
Mm, I don't know.
Hey, Adrian, what do you think? Why don't we know where Moshe's body is? Why don't we know where his grave is? We know where the patriarch's cave is. We know where some other, graves are, but Moshe, we don't know. But what's your thought, Adrian?
Well, maybe he was just meant to be laid to rest. Maybe.
Well, Abraham is laid to rest, right? But you could
Yeah,
go visit his grave in Israel.
yeah. I'm not sure because, I mean, Abraham was a greater being in regards to being, he was the first Hebrew.
Yeah, and he made a bunch of mistakes along the way, right?
Yep,
We know where his grave is, right?
yep.
A lot of people go visit it even right today. A lot of people are going to visit his grave.
But to be honest,
Well, we know where Moses' grave is. What's your thought, Mr. Adrian? You're
I'm
next,
really
Marley.
not sure. Really, I don't.
Okay, Marley wants to give her 2 shekels.
I think it's because God said he can't go into the promised land, and maybe the people, if they know where the grave is, they might take Moses' body and bring it to the promised land. Oh, goodness, that's a good idea. Oh.
Well, that's an interesting one, Marley. Like Joseph said, after I'm dead and you leave this and bring my bones to the land of Canaan. That's an interesting hypothesis. What do you think there, little Riette woman?
I agree. I think maybe because so that I thought maybe so he stays there because people might take him back to Israel, and um and his bones might be like an artifact there. But God said that he wouldn't enter the promised land, and God was right because nobody now
Get closer to
knows.
the mic.
I think it's because I thought that maybe because they might take his bones as like an artifact maybe, so that like to look upon, so that and but Moses was buried in the wilderness, so and nobody knows where he was buried, so that means what God said was true, and he wouldn't, and he'll never go to the promised land.
Well, we know in the Gospels and on the Mountain of Transfiguration, Moshe is standing in the Promised Land. Is that different?
Well, it's not his physical body.
But
Spirit.
Kepha saw him. He saw his physical body. He said, "Let us put up 3 shelters for Eliyahu, Moshe, and for you." He said, "Let's put up 3 tabernacles."
Well, I wouldn't think that. Well, um if Moses died, then how would he be able to get there? I don't think that he that his physical body actually was there.
So you're singing because the bones. They don't want anybody finding the bones, bring That's why we don't know where his grave is.
Well, I don't know for sure.
That's your hypothesis.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Lever Baloney? Why don't we know where Moses' grave is?
Well, because maybe God didn't want us to like know that like he took God's glory. Maybe we're talking about the grave.
We're talking, yeah, Mia's right. We're talking about the grave, Lev. Why don't we know where the grave is? We know where Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov are buried. We know where Leah is. We know where the patriarchs are, but nobody knows where Moses is grave. Why? What do you think? Today is a thinking class. I know that's hard for you guys in the morning to think in the morning.
Thinking cap.
Plug her in, Mia.
Lev. Well, what I think is that like he God didn't want us to I what I'm thinking is like that God like he um didn't want us to know like who Moshe was, but like he doesn't want us to know like maybe it's just that he just doesn't want us to know.
Well, that's evident there, Lever Baloney. But what do you think? We know what the patriarchs are. We know where some other people are. We know how Absalom is buried. You can go right there in Jerusalem and you see Absalom's gigantic mausoleum. This jerky guy Absalom who's trying to take the kingdom from his father David, and he gets, he's so he has vanity. He has his long hair, and he got caught in a tree. And we know where Absalom's buried, but we don't know where Moshe, the guy who went into the desert for 40 years, has made one gigantic mistake and put the glory of God for just one bad day, and now we don't even know where his grave is. Why do you think this is a problem, Lamp? What do you think it is? What's going on in your kepi there, your head?
I don't know why God like I don't I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Mia Wea Chia Pia.
Could be that
Now don't lose your temper.
I'm not gonna. I think it could be that Moshe could be that the reason Moshe's grave is like the exact location is unknown is the fact that he might maybe at the end in the end in the resurrection when God brings everyone up, Moshe will also resurrect. That he's probably also gonna be part of a testimony.
Well, he's already there. Yeshua said all the prophets are there. And in the Mountain of Transfiguration, Moses is already there.
You know what I mean? So he might be part of a testimony that might happen in the end times. That he may be part of somebody's testimony.
What do you mean? Like somebody finds the grave?
Well, not that, but it could be that. Like I don't know. It could be like that somebody. I don't know. It could be that Moshe. He tells people the lesson he learns about the maybe Moshe will tell like I don't know. I don't know. It could be that Moshe will tell about his life lessons. He'll tell like his lesson
We're
about
talking about the grave. Why don't we know where the grave is?
maybe God doesn't want people to know.
Well, that's evident, but why? I always like to know the why. WHY. Why? It's like Asher is gonna pretty soon is gonna say, why? Why?
You know?
Not by, but why?
Well, I'm not sure. But as we all can remember, things which are hidden belong to Jehovah, but the things that have been revealed belong to us and our children forever.
Very good. But oh, Riette's got the carrot again. Just gonna start calling her Bugs Bunny. Yeah, what's up, Doc? Okay. All right, so it's a good thing to talk about maybe to your parents. And it's a double womp 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 womp. The double womp 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 womp. Okay, so it's a good thing to talk to your parents about. Okay, to okay, all right. Just do that to that. Okay, so we don't know the reason why, and nobody knows the reason. But Marley, I thought had a very good hypothesis. Marley woke up and she gave us a good hypothesis. Maybe God doesn't want anybody to bring the bones of Moshe to the promised land. Okay, an interesting hypothesis. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about Moshe for the last. Imagine, okay, Riet, read verse 7.
Rabbit season. O'Shea was 120
Get
years old.
closer to the microphone.
O'Shea was 120 years old when he died, with eyes undimmed and vigor undiminished.
All right. So, I, what's vigor? Vigor, vigor. Let's see. Vigor. Yeshua, what's vigor? Vigor, vigor.
Bigger means he's strong and he has power.
Means he's strong in power. What do you think, Victoria? What's vigor? What's vigor undiminished?
Vigor is like when someone's strong and like healthy.
You're agreeing with Yeshua?
Yeah.
He's strong and healthy, but he's 120 years old. How could that be?
Well, maybe he can be like strong mentally.
No, I thought it said vigor. Vigor means physical strength.
I think it could mean like mentally strong and mentally healthy.
So you think his body's going to the toilet, but his mind is still there.
um, no, it's just like he he's strong like mentally. Like I don't know.
Like I don't know, Victoria, you're just like I don't know a lot today.
Um, but it's not that he's strong. Like he can lift like 20 gallons or something. He's like maybe it's like he won't let evil in him. He'll stay strong with God.
So you're saying vigor and diminished. He's strong with God, but he's not getting into the promised land.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's go over to Lev. Lev, what do you think vigor undiminished means?
Well, I think what vigor means is like physical strength, because like the strength of God was with Moshe.
Strength of God was with Moshe, but he's not getting to go into the promised land, and we don't know where his grave is.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's okay. So you're still gonna be strong with God.
Yeah. I mean, if you even if you're not allowed to go somewhere, you still have to stay strong, with God. Even if God doesn't let you go to the place you always wanted to go.
Disneyland?
I don't know. Could be there. No, I
I don't want to go to Disneyland. It's demonic. I want to go to the Holy Land in Tennessee. The Holy Land exhibit. Where Noah's Ark is, they built the ark.
Isn't the art exhibit in Kentucky?
Is it Kentucky? It's not Tennessee?
Kentucky. I'm pretty
In,
sure it's in Kentucky.
look it up. All right. All right. Now, what does it mean to have eyes undimmed? Yeshua, you got the first one. You got the bigger undiminished. What does it mean, eyes undimmed, Yeshua?
I candy.
Undimmed. What does it mean, undimmed eye? You got to speak up. You're pretty far away from the microphone.
Yeah, that you look good at perfect. Like you look perfect.
Look perfect. What do you mean, looking perfect?
Like you see good and that you can read too.
Okay. You look good. You can read good. Okay. Bugs Bunny. What do you think, Bugs?
My eyes are undimmed for sure because I eat my carrots. Well, undimmed, like his eyes undimmed. Then
Adrian, get up off the floor.
it would mean like he can still see perfectly. It's not all. It's not his eyes aren't all. It's like what happened to Isaac. Like when he was older, his eyes were dimmed.
What
Yeah,
do you think that means? And get closer to the mic.
it means that like he can't see very well because
What do you
he's
mean can't see very well? What do you think? What do you think that looks like?
that it's like it probably means like everything is like a lot harder to see because he's older.
What do you mean a lot harder to see? What do you think's going on and what do you think it looks like? What do you mean it's
Probably
harder to see? Harder to see what?
probably really blurry though. Like hard to see things.
Do you think it's blurry?
Yeah, probably darker.
Well, it says undimmed. What does dim mean?
Oh no, I mean like with Isaac, it was probably blurry because when he was older, he
Well, we're
his
talking
eyes.
about Moshe here. It
Yeah,
says eyes undimmed. We're trying to figure out what undimmed eyes.
it means he can still see perfectly, like when he was younger.
All right, Adrian, get close to the mic, Adrian.
It means he didn't get blind. He didn't even get even a little bit more blind. He
What do you
had
mean?
he had really sharp eyes at the age of 120.
Sharp meaning what?
He could see really well.
They see 8 carats, huh?
No, I think he pushed the limit in 9,000.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe that's in Talmud. And
Yeah,
you,
I don't really think carrots grew in the Middle East.
you don't
Then
think carrots grow in the Middle East?
Well, at least not the yellow, orange version.
Well, aren't there different types of carrots?
Yeah, there's the white version, the yellow version, the purple version. Actually, the purple version is a bit more healthy.
Yeah, we get the multi-pack at when we go food shopping today. The different color ones. Mia, what do you think it means undimmed eyes?
Physically, he didn't go blind. And it could mean also spiritually that his spiritual eyes were that that he didn't go blind in his relationship with God. If you also mean spiritually that his relationship was good with God, like his relationship with God was good until the end of his life. But physically, his eyes were his vision was perfect. You know how there's the 20/20 terms for your eyes. If your vision is 20/20, it means that your vision is perfect, just like a little kid.
Just like a little kid. All right, so here Moshe was 120, and it says eyes undimmed. You guys gave good definitions of what you think eyes undimmed mean. You know, dimming is when it goes like, you know, turn a light on. You know, some light switches are either on or off, but others have a dimmer switch where you can send less electricity to the light, and it'll won't go all the way off, but it will go. Okay, so here his eyes are undimmed. We could he could see perfect. Vigor undiminished. That means he was still willing to work for the Lord. And so here he's looking out over the promised land, but he doesn't get to go into the promise. One last thing before we go. Since that time there has not arisen in Israel a prophet like Moshe, whom Jehovah knew face to face. How many people want to eat those chicken McNuggets? Happy face, chicken McNugget. But if you eat the face, you're gonna kill the McNugget. Yes, Lev?
They're fries. They're potatoes.
Oh, you think they're happy face fries? How many people, Marley? What do you think they are? The McNuggets or fries?
They don't look like fries. They look
Well,
like they're made of potatoes. I agree with that.
well, then it would be potato fries,
Sorry, what?
and that would be a potato fry, be a French fry.
Ugh.
Yeshua, what do you think they are?
They're like fries. They
You
look
think
like,
you think it's a fry?
yeah.
Maybe mommy can make that for you guys. Get a potato, make happy face potato fries.
It looks like potatoes.
You can do that for Purim, happy face.
Potato fries.
All right. We come to the end of our class this week. Let me get this off the screen so I can see all your faces. Okay, let me do that. Let me get all your faces up on my screen. Let me do this over here and get all your faces up on the screen. Okay. Alrighty, 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 alrighty. Let's see who gets to go first. I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 10. Hey, Elisheva, you get to go first. Number from 1 to 10.
10.
No, no. Riette?
7.
No. Marley?
5.
No. Lev?
6.
You are completely wrong. Yeshua?
3.
You are completely wrong. Hadassah?
2.
No. Adrian? Adrian?
As an intellectual, I would say 9.
Wrong. Victoria?
4.
Wrong. Mia?
8.
Wrong. Sheva? 6? No. Marley,
One.
you got it. Number 1. Marley,
Yay!
close us in prayer.
Father God, I thank you that we could do devotional. Lord, help us finish school early so we can go play outside, play with our friends, and Lord, please, please let us be able to help other people get to know you, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Have a great day, kids. Shalom.